In the glittering chaos of a Manhattan gala under the crystal chandeliers of the Plaza Hotel, Nina Williams caught her breath in a shadowed alcove. The air hummed with laughter and clinking glasses, the scent of expensive perfumes mingled with champagne's faint tang. She'd just finished a sultry tango with a charming stranger, tall, dark-haired, with eyes that promised forgetfulness. Her red gown clung to her curves, the back daringly low, drawing admiring glances from the crowd. But a familiar shadow fell across her path as she smoothed her hair. Julian Hayes, towering impeccably, suited his presence like a storm cloud over the Hudson. His dark eyes locked onto hers, brooding unreadable. Nina's heart stuttered not from fear, but from the raw pull of 7 buried years. She straightened, slipping into her carefully crafted mask. Play the part, she told herself. Amnesia. Fresh start. No more begging for scraps. He didn't speak at first. His gaze raked over her exposed skin, the hungry stares of nearby men igniting something feral in him. Without a word, he shrugged off his tailored jacket and draped it over her shoulders, the wool warm from his body. The scent hit her like a ghost sandalwood and citrus, the cologne that once lingered on her pillows during stolen nights in his penthouse. He pulled her close, his frame shielding her from the room, lips brushing her ear in that low, magnetic rumble. Out of character, Nina, ignoring me for a month. Were you that furious? Come on, my place or the hotel. Let's talk. She flinched, stepping back, the jacket slipping slightly. Her voice came out steady, laced with confusion. Excuse me, sir, do we know each other? It was the line she'd rehearsed 100 times in her bathroom mirror post-accident when the world blurred and her parents' worried faces loomed. The crash on the FDR drive had been real concussion whiplash, but the memory loss, a lifeline. A way to bury the humiliation of Julian's words. You're fun, Nina. Great in bed, but not wife material. I've got an engagement lined up, the family kind. Julian's brows furrowed, his jaw tightening. He rarely used her full name, but when he did, Nina Williams, it was a command to yield, to melt into the woman who'd chased him for years, the eldest daughter of the Williams ceramics empire reduced to his secret shadow. Stop pretending, he growled, voice like gravel. That dramatic blowout a month ago, you stormed off like I murdered your dreams. But this fiancé... His eyes flicked to the diamond glinting on her finger, shock rippling beneath the anger. Before she could respond, a warm hand settled on her waist. Liam Carter, her childhood ally, turned fake fiancé and materialized like a knight in a white tuxedo. Tall and lean, with tousled brown hair and eyes like midnight pools, he exuded effortless charm, boyish yet sharp, the kind that disarmed boardrooms and bedrooms alike. Apologies, Mr. Hayes, Liam said smoothly, positioning himself between them. Nina's still recovering from her accident. Memory's spotty. She doesn't remember you. It's all good, though. Right, love? Nina peeked out, biting her lip in mock innocence. Why? Did you want to take me to a hotel where we... close? She knew he couldn't answer without unraveling. Julian Hayes, the ice-cold heir to Hayes Enterprises, had never paraded a woman until her relentless pursuit cracked his walls. 7 years of clandestine trysts in his Tribeca loft, whispered promises in the dark, her heart poured out like molten glass. She'd believed his hesitance was family pressure and the Williams-Hayes merger was too volatile. But his face had twisted under candlelight at Le Bernardin, proposing with a ring she'd saved for. Fun, Nina. That's us. Sorry if I led you on. The board's pushing Olivia Grant old money stable. The rejection had shattered her. Driving home in tears, swerving through rain-slicked streets, the crash was almost mercy. Waking in Mount Sinai, parents hovering, she'd seized the lie. I remember nothing after high school. Clean slate, medically sound thanks to the real concussion. Julian's investigators would find only pristine records. Now his silent, stretched eyes narrowing, friends he finally muttered, forcing a smile that didn't reach his eyes. I upset you before. Dinner, apology at my place. Nina relaxed theatrically, clinging to Liam's arm. Oh, you scared me. I thought I'd been... improper. Liam tapped her nose, all affection. Impossible. My Nina's flawless. Julian's gaze dropped to the ring, his fingers twitching toward his tie, a telltale tick when possession flared, engaged when. Liam grinned, oblivious to the blade in the air. 2 weeks ago, post-accident panic, you know how it is. Wedding next month, invitation incoming, Hayes. Julian's fist clenched, storm brewing. Nina forced brightness. Forgotten it all, Mr. Hayes. Water under the Brooklyn Bridge. Join us. You couldn't have been that bad. She laughed, light as air, but inside scars throbbed. Fun. The word echoed a dull ache. Revenge fantasies had danced in her fevered dreams, making him beg, watching him crumble. but truth. He never loved her. Hurting him would chain her longer. What if I were that bad? Julian pressed, voice deliberate, eyes probing for cracks. Her pulse spiked. Don't crack, doesn't matter, blank slate. Grabbing Liam, she fled toward the rooftop, heart pounding. As they climbed the stairs, Liam whispered, his stares burning holes. Rooftop before he ambushes. Up top, city lights sprawled like a glittering trap. Liam locked the door, eyes sparkling with mischief. Obvious he's hooked. Turn this into epic payback, make him grovel for chapters. Nina rolled her eyes, breeze cooling her flush. Romance novels rotting your brain, Carter. Liam, her partner in farce, knew the truth. Their engagement was a mutual shield. He needed a wife for his gallery's inheritance clause. She needed cover from pitying glances. 7 years wasted. But as she shrugged off Julian's jacket, tossing it to him, return this, meet me at the valet, a chill settled. What if Julian unraveled her lie? What secrets had he unearthed? Little did she know, down below, Julian stared at his phone, a grainy photo from hospital cams, her chart glowing. Amnesia or escape? His thumb hovered over the call. The game had just begun, and New York's shadows hid sharper teeth. The elevator dinged in Julian's Tribeca loft, a minimalist fortress of glass walls and Hudson views where Nina had once mapped his silences like constellations. Now, a month post-breakup, she stood in the marble foyer, pulse echoing the distant siren wail. Liam had dropped her off with a wink text, if he pulls a Dracula, but she'd insisted on solo. Face the ghosts. End them. Julian opened the door himself, sleeves rolled up, tie askew, a rare dishevelment on the man who commanded boardrooms like chess masters, Nina. No full name this time, just her soft as surrender. He stepped aside, gesturing to the living room where boxes loomed like accusations, her forgotten silk scarves, a half-red Kerouac, the jade earrings he'd gifted after a weekend in the Hamptons. She nodded curtly, scanning for traps. The space screamed him, stark, controlled, no trace of her warmth. Thanks for packing. Quick grab and go. But as she knelt by a box, fingers brushing a photo them at Coney Island, her laughing him, almost smiling memory lanced, weakness creeping. 7 years ago, bold in emerald velvet, she'd crashed his firm's holiday party, confessing over spiked eggnog. I see you, Julian, the walls. Let me in. He'd indulged, mistaking pursuit for flattery. Nights blurred into addiction, her molding clay in his kitchen, while he worked late, bodies tangling on the rug, whispers of someday. Someday shattered at dinner. Fun. The word had gutted her, reducing empires to ash. You look good, Julian said, voice low, leaning against the island. A glass of scotch dangled from his fingers, 3 p.m. habit stress chaser. His eyes traced her jeans and sweater, simple armor against his pull. Missed this view. She straightened box under arm. Strangers don't miss Mr. Hayes. But her voice wavered, old love flickering like a faulty bulb. Almost. For a heartbeat, she imagined forgiving his arms, that rare laugh. Then flashback his cold I've arranged with Olivia. Betrayal soured it. She hardened. Just here for my stuff. He set the glass down, closing the distance. Liar. That amnesia, it's bullshit. You remember every fight, every night I came home late. His hand grazed her arm, electric. I called off the engagement. Olivia was politics. You were real. Come back. Be my girlfriend correctly this time. The offer hung a velvet trap. Nina's chest tightened, girlfriend after years, as invisible pity twisted with temptation. What if he means it? But recall surged, her parents' empire was crumbling under merger whispers, and her devotion was dismissed as chasing. No. Too late, she whispered, stepping back. You saw me as charity. I'm done begging. Julian's face cracked, fury, regret. Begging, you pursued me. I indulged. Indulged. She laughed, bitter. Like a pet, 7 years, Julian. No title, no future, just fun. She hefted the box toward the door, but he blocked, eyes wild. Wait, he pulled a velvet box from his pocket, not the ring, but a key. To hear. Us. Start over. Temptation clawed, weak moment heart, aching for the boy she'd glimpsed in rare vulnerability. Forgive, no. Betrayal's scar burned. Keys don't fix broken locks. She shoved past elevator summoning. Outside, rain slicked Soho streets. Liam's text buzzed. Tracker says you're out. Coffee or spill the drama. She smiled faintly. Liam ever proactive, his gallery's security cams now her silent guardian. But as she hailed a cab, a black SUV idled across the street. Julian's paranoia prickled. He's not done. Back at her Brooklyn studio, clay dust settling, Liam lounged on the worn couch, sketching invitations. Well, did Prince Charming grovel sharp as his caricatures. His eyes missed nothing, smudged lipstick from nowhere, her flushed cheeks. Offered the moon, she admitted, sinking beside him. Girlfriend status. As if that's prize enough. Liam's grin faded, replaced by something darker, wiser-edged. Hayes plays dirty. My PI dug he canned Olivia, but his board's furious. Whispers of sabotage. If you marry me, Williams-Carter merger threatens Hayes shipping lanes. He tapped his phone, a dossier glowing Julian's late-night calls to PIs, her hospital logs scrubbed clean, no doctored. Nina's blood chilled. He's investigating? Worse. Proactive. Liam's voice dropped, boyish charm yielding to steel. I embedded a bug in that jacket you returned. He's ranting to his sister. She can't forget. I'll make her. Dangerous game, Nina. But I've got Counter's old family ties in the DA's office. One call he's audited into oblivion. Surprise twisted her gut. Liam not just ally, but shield with fangs. How long has he planned? Weakness ebbed. Strength surged. No audits yet. Let's see his next move. That night, Julian's text. You left the photo. Keep it or burn it. Your call. Attach the Coney snap. Her finger hovered. Delete, save curiosity 1. What's your endgame, Julian? Little did she know across the river Julian's sister smirked over wine kidnap her heart or her. Board's desperate. The net tightened, suspense coiling like Brooklyn fog. Nina's hands sank into the cool clay at her Williamsburg studio, the wheels hum, a mantra against chaos. Pots rose under her fingers, elegant, imperfect, like her life post-Julian. Liam sprawled nearby, mock complaining over wedding swatches. Ivory Nina were faking forever go bold crimson like your gala dress. His laughter filled the space, but his eyes flicked to the door, ever vigilant. Since the loft drop-off, he'd amped security, discreet cams, a burner app pinging Julian's SUV sightings. 3 weeks to the Central Park ceremony, the air crackled with unspoken bets. Would Julian crash, beg Nina, molded a vase curves echoing her silhouette, mind wandering. Weakness again. Last night's dream, Julian's loft rain lashing windows, his confession whispered against her skin. What if I said yes? Then dawn recall fun. The wheel spun faster, clay splattering. Her phone buzzed, unknown number. Williams Ceramics, she answered, professional. Nina, Julian's voice silk over steel, missed my messages, busy with Carter's circus. She stiffened, glancing at Liam, who mouthed speaker. She nodded. Mr. Hayes, business. A pause, grievance threading. Your things, housekeepers, won't touch 'em. Come Saturday, 9 a.m., doors open. Click. Liam snatched the phone, replaying. Bossy. And that sigh like you're his lost puppy. He grinned, but his eyes darkened. My hacker traced he's mapped your route coffee runs to spin class. Stalker vibes upgraded. Nina's stomach nodded, surprise, not fear. Julian, the detached tycoon, reduced to shadows. He's unraveling. Part thrill, part pity. Almost forgive for the man who once sketched her sleeping form number betrayal's echo. Olivia's smug gala photo, Julian's arm linked days after her proposal. Play him, Liam urged, proactive edge sharpening. I'll tail. But Nina, my aunt's in the NYPD. One wrong move, he's cuffed for harassment. Dangerous Liam, not just an artist, but a Carter scion, with underground ties, gallery fronts for discreet shipments, favors called in alleys. Saturday dawned gray Nina's cab, idling outside Riverside Villas. Julian's gilded cage doormen nodding like sentinels. She buzzed, heart thrumming, quick and out. But the penthouse door yawned open, jazz crooning low. Empty. No Julian emerged from the kitchen apron, dusted with flour pancakes steaming. Morning. Figured you'd skip breakfast. Surprise disarmed her. Domestic Julian rare as snow in July. You cooked weak moment memories flooded lazy Sundays, his rare smiles over burnt toast. Stay, rebuild. But she steeled box in sight, just the stuff. He slid a plate over eyes, pleading. Eat. Talk. I was wrong that night. Arrogant. You weren't fun, you were everything. Cancelled Olivia. Board be damned. Fork hovered, temptation sweet. Forgive. For this vulnerability. Flashback her tears on rain's slick leather crash looming. No. Apologies don't rewrite history. She pushed the plate away, grabbing the box inside, not just trinkets, but a locket her mother's lost years ago. He kept it. Julian's hand covered hers. Remember the locket. You cried when it vanished. I hid it, stupid jealousy, thought you'd pawn for a ring. Voice cracked raw. I cared, too scared to admit. Heart-twisted weakness peak. Almost she leaned in, old love, whispering yes. Then the core ignited fun, not wife. She yanked free. Caring you let me chase shadows. Doorward, but he spun her lips, crashing desperate tasting regret. She shoved breath ragged. Stop, engaged women don't. To a farce he snarled, eyes blazing. Carter's using you inheritance ploy, I checked. Twist hit like ice Liam's secrets. No. Julian's desperation fabricating lies. She spat, fleeing. Downstairs, Liam's cab waited, engine humming. Saw the kiss through the lobby cam, punchable. She slumped, locket clutched. He kept Mom's necklace. Said he cared. Liam's grip tightened on the wheel, jaw set wiser, lethal. Cared enough to ghost your proposal, classic Hayes charm, then cut. He revved toward the studio. My PI confirms that Julian's sister is pushing sabotage tipping regulators on our merger, a dangerous duo. But I've countered anonymous leak on Hayes tax dodges tit for tat. Suspense coiled family war. Nina's phone pinged Julian's text locket photo. Yours. Like me. Curiosity burned. What's your real play? At the studio, Clay waited, but so did doubt. Liam's arm brushed hers steady. You're stronger than his games. For the first time, his touch lingered, hint of more. The wheel spun, but cracks formed. Julian's web tightened, Liam's blade sharpened. New York whispered, choose or be chosen. Swatches littered Nina's studio table like fallen leaves, ivory versus crimson symbols of a union built on sand. Liam paced tracksuit, rumpled energy crackling. Red Nina. Blood oaths, passion fits our soap opera. His grin masked the edge post-loft. He doubled tails on Julian, his art contacts feeding intel on Hayes' boardroom whispers. Nina traced an invitation's emboss mind adrift. Julian's kiss lingered, ghost taste of what-ifs. Weakness that locket his cracked voice. She'd almost texted back. Why hide it but recall anchored 7 years invisible at galas while Olivia preened publicly. Ivory, she decided, voice firm, clean, like my slate. Liam feigned horror. Boring, but fine your circus. He flopped beside her head on her shoulder, boyish ploy. But his whisper turned grave, Julian's escalating. My guy overheard he's gifting your folks a warning dirt on the crash, implying you drove recklessly post-fight blackmail light. Surprise jolted Julian, crossing to family dramatic twist, not just regret but ruthless reclaim. He wouldn't. But doubt gnawed. To keep me. Phone rang, her mother voice tight. Nina, darling, some investigator called about your accident. Julian Hayes' firm spill, or I'll fly in from the Cape. Nina's blood iced. Nothing, Mom. Wedding jitters. Hang up, she glared at Liam. Your counters. He smirked a dangerous gleam. Already leaked Hayes' offshore accounts to IRS tip line. Anonymous, untraceable. He's sweating mergers now, ours included. Proactive Liam, not savior but strategist, his gallery a front for elite favors, senators, hackers, shadows that made Julian look quaint. That evening the buzzer droned. Julian's suitcase in hand was rain-slicked in the doorway. Your things? Expression unreadable, but eyes devoured her in overalls clay-flecked real. Liam tensed from the couch, but Nina waved him down. Thanks, busy. Julian's gaze slid to Liam's arm around her waist, casual but possessive. Interrupting, voice velvet threat. Liam rose unyielding, prime timing, almost intimate. Smirk challenged air, thickening two alphas New York's skyline witness. Nina wedged between pulse racing. Enough! Liam invitations to Julian appreciate the drop, if that's all. He set the case down slowly. Not this. Pulled a crimson sample from his coat, her choice swiped burn it. Marry me instead. Twist stunned, stolen intel. Weak moment crashed his eyes, desperate echoing loft vulnerability. Forgive this chase, heart stuttered. But betrayal roared fun. No. She scribbled the date and venue on ivory, thrusting it. Sample, but invited, stranger's courtesy. Julian stared, box ignored face, crumbling abandonment raw, strangers after. After you called me fun, yes. Voice steel, but inside quaked. He turned, vanishing into the rain. Liam exhaled. Damn. Puppy dog eyes almost worked. He rolled the invitation tube, mock sword. How's it feel, groveling? She lunged playfully, headlock, ensuing tussle, tumbling them to cushions, faces, inches, breaths, mingling. Tension shifted, strange electric. His Adam's apple bobbed, lips parting. Doorbell shattered. Julian again, no delivery. Crimson invitations are unsigned, Julian's taunt. Liam's laugh died. He's watching. My drone feed caught his car circling. Eyes hardened. Time to up the ante, invite his sister. Draw the viper. Night fell, Nina alone. Locket open, faded photo, innocent smile. Why this pull? Text to Liam? Read it is. Suspense brewed, invitation sent, but to whom Julian's shadows lengthened, Liam's plans sharpened. The vase on her wheel cracked omen. The bridal boutique on Madison Avenue is buzzed with tulle and tears mirrors, multiplying Nina into infinite brides, ethereal in white lace with a veil cascading like forgiveness. 1 week to vows, and the gown fit like destiny-fitted bodice, flowing train crystals catching light like tears unshed. She twirled, Liam's voice echoing from memory, radiant queen. But as the stylist fussed, emotions surged, 7 years, 8 crashes mercy, Liam's steady hand picking fabrics. Happy, yes. Yet Julian's locket burned in her pocket, a talisman of doubt. Staff vanished discreetly. The door clicked shut. Mirror reflected him. Julian, hollow-cheeked suit, rumpled exhaustion, etching lines where control once ruled. Nina. She whirled, gown tangling. Here for fitting stalker upgrade. He stepped close, gaze, locked intensity, a physical force. Tried forgetting. Friends deals bourbon drownings. Fails. Every pause you, voice broke raw. Can't watch you vow to him, kills me. Fatigue weighed her, his pain mirroring hers once. Weakness flood. Almost she reached, see me now. Temptation forgive, rebuild on ruins. But core recoiled proposal night candle flicker fun. Your regrets late. He grabbed her arm, desperation vice. Wrong, so wrong. Enjoyed your fire, trampled it arrogantly. Numbed me, realizing. Breath ragged, he knelt, velvet box, blooming, diamond solitaire winking. You proposed once. I botched. Now marry me, fresh canvas. World tilted, surprise dramatic, knees weak. Yes, heart yearned for the man who'd once defended her at a board snub, rare chivalry. Tears pricked. But betrayal replayed Olivia's ring, her drive into the storm. No. Our past trash, future none. She shook her head steady. Julian faltered, panic-surging eyes. Love Carter. No history there either. Why not us? Images flashed Liam's goofy sketches, protective glares, hidden depths. Smile escaped. Different. Liam sees me as an equal. Happy choice. He echoed a bitter laugh, chilling willing heart. Shadow-crossed face, dangerous glint. Despair clings to hope's shred. Rosebox snapped shut, retreats swiftly. Unease clung like a veil of tulle. Ominous. Phone to Liam, gown perfect. Julian proposed. Rejected. Reply. Knew it. My jets-fueled sisters in town plotting with him. Stay put, en route. Bridal glow faded. Mirrors mocked. Weak, almost his kneel. But strength won no scraps. Outside rain pattered New York's indifferent symphony. Liam arrived, black coat, swirling eyes, storm dark, details. She recounted, voice trembling, offered everything. I wavered. He cupped her face, thumb, tracing jaw, tender fierce. Waver your clay mold, unbreakable. But his grip tightened, wiser menace. His sister's no pawn, ex-CIA, whispering to feds on our fake marriage. Tax evasion bait. Proactive strike, I fed her false trail, your amnesia as Hayes' sabotage. She's biting. Twist layered, suspense family intrigue, Julian's desperation weaponized. Nina's laugh is shaky warzone wedding. Liam's smile was wolfish. We win. But tonight rehearsal dinner. My toast to exes who kneel too late. Arm around her, they exited paparazzi flashbulbs, popping rumors seeding. Home locket tossed drawer, but not before a glimpse engraved inside, always E. Heart clenched. Curse you. Sleep evaded, dreams tangled Julian's plea, Liam's blade. Dawn brought a call, mother frantic. FBI sniffing ceramics accounts, Hayes tip Liam's counter or escalation. Suspense peaked, invitations, crimson, now blood promise. Julian's shadow loomed larger, Liam's net, invisible but taut. Who breaks first? Rehearsal dinner at the Polo Bar, mahogany glow scotch, neat Central Park vows looming tomorrow. Nina's crimson gown echoed bold, unyielding invitations, like her resolve. Table buzzed parents, toasting merger dreams, Liam's aunt eyeing her nephew slyly, NYPD badge hidden. But under linen, her foot tapped, Julian's proposal echoed Lockett's weight phantom. Liam leaned close, breath warm, radiant, exes seething, yet. His hand on hers grounded, but eyes scanned exits. Proactive paranoia, his earpiece humming from a valet spotter. Radio silence. Grateful, yet unease, gnawed, weak echo. His kneel vulnerability cracking ice. Sweet, forgive me for that glimpse of soul. No fun scar festered. Mother pulled her aside. Darling Hayes called concerns about Liam. Old shipping feud. Twist, Julian's tendrils, family fraying. Back at the table, Liam's phone vibrated discreetly. He glanced, jaw clenching. Game on. Whispered his sisters at the bar solo. My contact spiked her drink with truth serum light. She's spilling to my recorder. Plot frame our marriage as fraud and seize William's assets via lawsuit. Dangerous revelation, suspense electric. Nina's fork paused. Counter. Liam's grin is lethal. Already doctored docs to her phone. Hayes embezzlement proof. She'll wake thinking she sent it to the feds. Weiser shadowed his gallery, hid more cyber ops favors from dark web allies, no more games. Tomorrow we vow real or not. Night deepened, hotel suite air thick. Nina paced in a silk robe, Liam sketching on the balcony moonlit skyline canvas. Liam, honest weakness voiced. This marriage business, or... He set charcoal down, eyes whirlpools. Waited 7 years, your chase his waist. Owe me lifetimes. Pause serious. Not an excuse, want you messy heart clay hands. But your call. Surprise softened her, Liam loving thumb heart fluttered, old love paling. Then, real kiss, tentative deepening fire, new equal. Dawn broke wedding day, rings delayed, Liam detoured to jewelers amid traffic snarl. Plenty of time, he texted. Stay put, no wandering. But suit stifled gown heavy. She slipped to the hall red carpet, evoking gala shadows. Turn collision, Julian's eyes bloodshot feral. Nina. Cloth clamped chloroform sting world dissolving. Last obsessive stare mine. Woke bound on silk sheets, his Hampton's retreat. Hands tied soft scarves, no bruise but a cage. Julian perched bed edge, smile soft mad. Awake love. Panic surged but calm masked, insane let go. He smoothed his hair, touching gently a shiver. Normal failed. Unconventional now. Pulled her close, tears tracing. No choice fate erased your hate, can't lose hope. Cold settled his despair, palpable but hers steel. Liam, where drink? He offered a green bottle her brand once botched. Effort now. She sipped, eyes locked. Never forgot Julian amnesia lies humiliation shield. 7 years wasted, you lost when fun slipped. Color drained, he reeled veins, bulging laugh, hollow despair. Hate that much punish, don't leave advanced hands tearing gown kisses frantic neck. Revulsion exploded a fierce struggle. Stop ruin us, scream Liam. Door crashed, Liam black tucks lethal fist cracking Julian's jaw. Touch her die. Fury primal poised for kill. Nina's cry halted. Stop police. Liam paused, rushing her arms trembling. Scared me dead. Tracker ping saved his foresight. Untied, carried down legal husband tomorrow. Sarcasm laced fear. Hallway blurting, you want me or anyone? Glower, mock angry, 7 years wait. Oh eternities, warmth bloomed, choice clear. Behind Julian slumped, sirens wailed. Bitter smile goodbye. Suspense resolved, no sister's call to him, plan B failed. Endgame now. Central Park's conservatory garden bloomed defiant roses crimson as invitations, arch-twined ivy under October sun. Nina stood radiant gown mended hasty Liam's jet seamstress favor veil, hiding tear tracks from the snatch. Guests murmured paparazzi cordoned, but whispers swirled haze drama crash. Her parents blissfully clueless beamed. Liam's aunt nodded approval badge, glinting subtly. But under arch heart raced not nerves but aftershocks. Julian's grip ghosted skin, his tears haunting. Weak final, almost pitied madness, born regret. Sweet softened, recalling his kneel. Yes, but fun anchored no forgiveness, only release. Liam approached rings, gleaming tardiness, forgotten in his stride. Tuck's sharp eyes locked hers, vow book steady. Ready whisper real now, my queen. Efficient intoned, but mid-vows. Nina Williams, take Liam Carter. Russell parted crowd. Julian disheveled, cuff bruised, flanked sister glare venom. No crash, silent storm. Object voice cracked raw. Gasps rippled, Nina froze pulse thunder. Liam's hand tightened, blade ready security, he murmured, aunt signaling plainclothes. Julian advanced, eyes hers alone. Don't, please. Knelt again, box proffered, same diamond. I broke you. No. But without empty. Marry me. Redeem. Twist dramatic public desperation. Sister's hand on the shoulder restraining, or plotting. Weakness crested crowd's stares, his vulnerability mirrored her old plea. Forgive for closure, heart wrenched. But the betrayal montage has shadows, dismissals, and crash tears. No, she breathed, voice amplified. You had years, wasted, this mine. Liam stepped forward, voice ice calm but laced with menace. Hayes, done. To crowd show's over. But private my leak hit feds raiding your loft now. Embezzlement stalking, Walker cuffs. Julian's face is ashen, his sister hissing, pulling him back. You bastard. Family business. Liam cut eyes, whirlpool dark proactive apex, his network woven years now snared. Julian staggered, box dropped, diamond skittering grass. Nina's turn, Liam, yes. Vows sealed, kiss sealing, fire equal new. But as cheers erupted, Julian's whisper carried won't end. Sister's glare promised war assets, frozen lawsuits. Reception swirled, cake cut, dances spun. But Liam pulled her aside, balcony overlook. His sister's fleeing my guy tales to the airport. But Nina, real talk. Loved you since the sandbox. This vow to that. Surprise warmed his confession, timed perfectly. Me too. Late bloom. Locket earlier, crushed dust in pocket past pulverized. Yet suspense lingered, Julian's text post-ceremony, congrats. But debts call, ominous merger threats. Night fell a sweet honeymoon glow, Liam's arms safe. But dawn brought news, Hayes board ousted, Julian Liam's leaks landed, exile. Drama peaked, tension eased, vows, vortex conquered. But New York's underbelly stirred, was this end or intermission? Honeymoon suite at the Beekman, gilded ceilings. Hudson, dawn gilding sheets. Nina woke tangled in Liam, his heartbeat a steady counterpoint to night's ghosts. Wedding confetti dusted the floor rings, twin sentinels on the nightstand. Julian's objection replayed, knelt broken sister's venom backdrop. Final weakness, pity stirred man undone by own hubris. Almost an afterglow, she'd wondered, reach out mercy. But no strength's arc betrayal's lesson, forgiveness poison, strangers eternal. Liam's stirred eyes opening whirlpools calm. Mrs. Carter. Regrets tease hid depth his vigilance night's silent guards. None. Kiss light but words heavy. Julian, shattered. Your leaks. He nodded, propping on an elbow, wiser shadow. Bored coup, he's outstripped shares. Sister's jet-grounded customs snag my art contact tip, grin wolfish, proactive payoff. But Nina, his last play, confessed to PI, your amnesia frame-up drop charges if you recant vows. Twist finale suspense, knife-edge blackmail climax. Nina sat up, gown pulled. Bastard, think I'll fold. Liam's hand traced spine anchor. Won't. My DA aunt's filing kidnapping assault. Evidence ironclad, your screams on his cam, my tracker logs. Dangerous crescendo, his web spun protective, now a noose. He's cornered, but mercy yours. Heart-twinged weak echo, Julian's tears, Lockett's secret kindness. End him or chain recall sealed 7 years erasure, her plea trampled. No mercy, prosecute, voice steel strong woman forged. Morning unfolded breakfast tray news ping Hayes scandal headlines. Heir ousted in embezzlement probe. Julian's face gaunt mugshot tease. Text from unknown you win. Goodbye E. Attached are burned Lockett ashes and poetic pyre. Liam's phone buzzed sister's arrest conspiracy charges. Viper down. His laugh-free boyish return. Now us. Gallery expansion your ceramics line. Empire reel. Afternoon park walk central vows echo leaves crunching. Nina paused, head on his shoulder. 7 years in the shadow. You light. He tilted his chin, kiss deepening passion equal no chase. Oh, lifetimes. But starting now. Surprise gift sketchpad page, her veiled fierce unbroken. Yet undercurrent Julian's trial loomed months of cross-exams media frenzy. Sister's pleas for a plea, drama's tale. Evening studio reclaim, clay wheel spins, Liam sketches beside. Life rebuilt, mergers sealed, scandals faded. Nina molded bowl hole, no cracks. Final twist letter, postmark exile. Julian's script, hate me, deserved, but loved once. Find peace, burned unread. No kept drawer deep, not forgiveness, acknowledgement closed. Years blurred gallery, thrived ceramics, empire, bloomed children clay-handed. Liam's vigilance softened to habit. Julian's shadow myth. In New York's roar, Nina stood unbroken love earned, not begged. Dawn promised no more ghosts.